The common belief that people become addicted to marijuana is unfounded. The World Health Organization defines addiction as the repeated use of a psychoactive substance to the extent that the user is periodically or chronically intoxicated, and also exhibits a determination to obtain the substance by almost any means. This information came from the book Legalizing Marijuana, a point and counterpoint book series by Chelsea House Publishers. So, should marijuana be legalized in the United States? That is the question on most people's minds, and on the government's mind lately. While there's many reasons that marijuana should become legal, there's also some reasons that it should stay illegal.
The legalization of marijuana in the U.S. might lead to overusage of the drug. Many people, I think, smoke weed now as it is. It isn't really hard to come by, and it is still illegal. So if it were to be legalized, I'm sure many more people might smoke it, and many more people would buy it, and it could possibly lead to addiction, like statistics say. Some think it should stay illegal because it can impair judgment and motor skills, and just because they are just plain against it. So what? If it became legal, then you still don't have to use it, and if you don't want to, and you won't be bothered. Marijuana is not nearly as harmful or impairing as alcohol. Haven't there been many more car accidents and fatalities from the usage of alcohol and from drunk driving? I have never really ever even heard of an automobile accident related to pot. So why is alcohol legal and marijuana is not? Also, there are many other great things that can come from marijuana, like hemp. Hemp is a great textile and is used to make so many items, such as clothing, ropes, thread and yarn, bags and purses, hats, shoes, accessories, jewelry, and even lotion. It is California's #1 crop. It has a worldly economy. Most of the marijuana grown in California is shipped worldwide, mostly to India. Here's a video to explain it in depth.
This is a CNBC original.
Marijuana is the most profitable illegal narcotic. This is a huge business. In California alone, it is the #1 crop.
There's at least 13 gardens within a mile radius. 13 gardens right around your house?
Yes.
Wow.
Thousands of growers, millions of users, and a market in the billions.
How much money is coming in to your marijuana smuggling operations every year?
About $50 million.
It's a multi-billion-dollar business, ripe with guns, gangs, and plenty of money. I'm Trish Regan. Join me for an unprecedented look inside America's marijuana industry.
I'm here to eradicate a scum that has infiltrated my county and made it nationally known as a producer county of good marijuana.
And now, the CNBC original documentary, Marijuana Inc., Inside America's Pot Industry.
Welcome to Ukiah, California.
The scene, a county fair. 2 hours from San Francisco, but a world away from the urban bustle. Here, families stroll the fairgrounds. Future farmers examine prized livestock. This is Northern California's Mendocino County. At first glance, a picture postcard of the far west. But beneath its beauty lies a controversial, profitable, and increasingly violent criminal enterprise.
Yeah, 5 pounds here, and then 4 pounds in the baby crib.
An exploding underground industry, the marijuana trade. Marijuana is being grown in homes, backyards, even our national parks.
This is ground zero for marijuana. Nobody produces any better marijuana than we do right here.
This is as natural as growing corn to me.
Ukiah Morrison is a Mendocino pot grower. In most places, that would make him an outlaw, but not in this neck of the woods.
This is the lifeblood of the county, and it has been for more than 30 years.
Morrison walks a fine line, growing as much marijuana as he can without triggering a legal crackdown. He can do that because authorities here are overwhelmed by the sheer number of growers. They're also hampered by conflicting state, federal, and county laws governing marijuana. It is the major cash crop here. A county commission study reports pot accounts for up to 2/3 of the local economy.
I don't think there's anything more important in this economy, so to take this out would be a major blow.
Though reliable numbers are hard to come by, that wave of pot in Mendocino County is estimated to be worth more than $1 billion, a sizable chunk of a national market for marijuana believed to be in the tens of billions of dollars. It all begins right here with this marijuana plant. This is a typical pot garden. There are thousands of these all over Northern California. This is just a tiny portion of a huge harvest in this area that's known as the Emerald Triangle. So what Iowa is to corn, what Kansas is to wheat, the Emerald Triangle is to marijuana.
The marijuana plants in Mendocino County can, sometimes reach 14, 15, 20 feet.
Wow. What is this? This has got to be at least 8 feet,
yep.
9 feet.
A Mendocino local, Eric Slide, took us on a tour of one backyard garden.
What is the part of the plant that you actually make money off of?
You see these, what we call nodes up here, all right? And those are going to push out what's called a bud, okay? And these are going to create a larger bud that could weigh anywhere between 3 grams, 5, 10 grams.
And the bud is what actually is taken off of the plant and chopped up and made into marijuana. How much is a plant like this actually worth?
A plant like this, assuming that it's going to yield about 2 pounds, would be worth about $5,000.
And how many plants are here?
There's 20 plants here.
Okay, so we're talking about a garden worth of...
potentially $100,000.
My goodness.
Eric's expertise in marijuana led him to publish Grow, a magazine that represents just how far the marijuana business has come.
For what marijuana is in this region, it's not very well documented.
As you heard in the video, it's a very big economical resource to the Emerald Triangle in California, as well as all over America. It stimulates our economy very well, actually. There are also many more deaths from just the usage of alcohol and tobacco and even prescription drugs. Per year, 340,000 to 450,000 people die from the usage of tobacco and 150,000 plus from alcohol. That is not including 50% of the highway deaths and 65% of all murders caused by alcohol. 180 to 1,000 people die from aspirin each year, including deliberate overdose. Aspirin, that is like Tylenol. 1,000 people dying from a pain and headache reliever. That is legal and sold in drugstores and pharmacies. When the death rate for the people that smoke pot is at 0. 14,000 to 27,000 people die from legal drug overdose per year, and 3,800 to 5,200 from illicit drug overdose. Marijuana users have the same or lower incidence of murders, highway deaths, and accidents than the non-marijuana using population as a whole does. Alcohol is the cause of most domestic violence cases. Overdose deaths from alcohol poisoning, sexual assaults, and injuries in fights, but many people still drink and are allowed to drink because it is legal, even though it seems to be way more dangerous than marijuana usage.
Just to put it into perspective, in order for a human to overdose on marijuana, they would have to consume almost 40,000 times the amount of THC required to intoxicate them or get them high. If it takes only 3 hits of marijuana to get you high, then it would take nearly 120,000 hits to kill you. So it's pretty much impossible to overdose on marijuana, says legalizationofmarijuana.com. Though I do think if marijuana became legal in the U.S., more people would be using it. I also feel it would help out our country and economy, and even people that have problems or illnesses. Right now, the U.S. government spends $7.7 billion on the enforcement of prohibition each year. If marijuana became legal, the tax benefits and revenue annually would be $6.2 billion. We would be saving and making almost as much as it is costing the country to enforce marijuana being illegal. The total financial benefit that we would gain in the U.S. would be $20.9 billion in total revenue gained by legalizing marijuana.
I do think marijuana should be legalized in the U.S. However, more people, I am sure, will try it and use it. I think everyone will still be fine. It is not harmful or fatal like tobacco or alcohol. People drink and smoke cigarettes daily. They are more likely to overdose or die from liver damage, poisoning, or lung and throat cancer. I think we should give it a shot. Make marijuana legal and see how much we benefit from it. People can use it for medical reasons and for recreation. I think we should see what happens.